Coming to you live from the rinks in Hauppauge, you're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Second of three on the south side tonight on Championship Wednesday, as the varsity championship winner-take-all Game 3 set to begin in about an hour and 50 minutes, 9:20 Eastern Standard Time. We have a great showcase here at the JV level involving one of the programs represented in the final, that of course being Smithtown Hauppauge, one of their two teams in the JV division this season. This is the first, or tied for first place, Smithtown Hauppauge JV red team up against East Islip. East Islip in their own right, fourth place in the JV standings, 10-4, 1-2 record for EI. Coming into this contest, these two sides met back on November the 3rd. It was a 5-2 win for Smithtown Hauppauge JV Red. What will the result be here tonight in this one? It's the captain, Ryan Anderson. His brother Luke, instrumental in the varsity success, immediately sets up Hauppauge Arena. 1-0 Bulls before you could sit in your seat. 22 seconds into the contest, the Bulls are up 1-0. I mean, wasting no time at all. Ryan Anderson to Hauppauge Arena. And that connection has been excellent in the JV division this season. Comes through again. In Hauppauge Arena's 17th goal of the year. And the Bulls are off and running. Dorian trying to poke it to himself, going inside, outside on Reynolds. And a great job to earn possession of the puck there by Emmett Reynolds. Speared across ice for Harrison. Harrison off the boards and in. This was the freshman division matchup in the finals a year ago. A lot of those players on JV this season. Anderson wheeling in. Anderson a drive, missed the net high. Goes all the way out of the zone for Lucido. It was a golden goal for Smithtown Hauppauge in that freshman championship game a little over a year ago. Anderson, shot, sticked away by the starting netminder tonight. For EI, that is Joseph Sasso. He's up against Nick Serpico for the Bulls. Hauppauge Arena trying to feed Krikow out of the zone, could not. Speaking of, it was Christian Krikow's brother Connor that had the golden goal in overtime in that aforementioned game. In the zone, here's Friesem. This is number 7, Matthew Friesem. Try to go around to Bogorowski. And there is Connor Krikow with speed, 2-on-1. Shoots and scores! Connor Krikow post and in. 2-0 Bulls. Not even 3 minutes into the game. 2-on-1. And the twin brothers, each a part of it. Perfect shot past Sasso. And Smithtown Hauppauge showing that not only is their varsity team on the precipice of championship glory, but their pipeline remains as strong as ever. Inga trying to change course here for East Islip. Down too early. Shot safe. Rebound loose in the slot. Another chance denied by Serpico. Still loose. It's covered now. East Islip nearly getting it right back. Serpico athletic in the crease to keep that puck out. East Islip coming off a 3-2 win against St. Anthony JV Gold, one of their better wins of the season. And a good response after getting beaten by KPC 6-1 on January 26th. Here's another 2-on-1 though. Trying to go across. Buscarino is trying to find Connor Krickow, could not. And the puck out of the zone. Doyle handles in behind. Got all the way through and out of the zone past the stick of Brian Friesen. Kelly knocks it ahead. Kearney and Kirscher. Kirscher wins the foot race. Sasso gave it away. A chance in tight for Kirscher denied, and East Islip have iced the puck. Great start here for Smithtown Hauppauge. Connor Krickow up to 12 goals now on the season. So rip from the point, blocked. Big block by Andrew Lemaire. Matthew Friesen can't clear on the far side. He'll get it right back. Reynolds off the boards and out of the zone. Bazil settles it down. Lucido. LaRue takes it away, backhands it back into the Smithtown Hauppauge zone, where it's handled by Lucido. Bazil. Back to Lucido. Reversed it to no one in particular. Harrison trying to win it back for East Islip. Backstop by LaRue. And the puck out of the zone. Matt Friesen unable to enter the zone. Corcione hovered over. Corcione with it now. Leads Avlanitis out of the zone. His older brother on that varsity team, trying to attain championship glory. Harrison dumps in. Inga on the far boards. Good stick lift by Kirscher. Kirscher wheeling up the far boards. Knocks down Friesen. Reynolds stepped over to play the puck for the Chiefs. However, they're not out of the zone. Good play by Pozzarina. Pozzarina has the puck knocked from him. Right back into the Chiefs zone. Reynolds first on it. Coughed it up by the forecheck of Dorian. Now Dorian out in front with the look. Held in here by Doyle. Doyle, a shot blocked. Reynolds got a piece of it and now takes the puck here. Cannot clear the zone for EI. Pozzarina. Backhands went out in front. Through to Ryan Anderson. The captain circles and hits Kirscher with a long shot. Snagged out of midair by Sasso, who covers. 9:19 left here in the first period. Bulls already with the 2-0 edge. Secondary assist on the Pozzarina goal added to Neil Doyle. Doyle now up to 9 points on the season. East Islip trying to clear the zone. LaRue ahead for Harrison. Harrison and Lemaire. Lemaire, the return pass, intercepted by Kirscher. And Kirscher speeding into the offensive zone, inside, outside. Kirscher shot denied by Sasso from a tough angle. Harrison the other way for EI. Harrison on the backhand, working on Ryan Anderson. Harrison going to play it further down the boards. Doyle around Lemaire, ahead to Pozzarina. Good stick check by LaRue, took it back for EI, gloved out of midair by Doyle. Carries in. Doyle to the backhand, Doyle to the forehand, turned away by Sasso. Neil Doyle with that look for Smithtown Hauppauge. He was not on that freshman championship team. I believe he was playing for the Friars, if I'm not mistaken, a year ago. Again, welcome in. I'm Ryan Brannigan, joined alongside cameraman Wally Mitchell. On this championship Wednesday. Connor Krickow out in front. Nobody in the slot area for the Bulls. East Islip gently place it down ice. New York Islander High School Hockey League varsity championship game tonight as well. Travis Quigley, Brady Campbell on the call for that one. Belmore Merrick and Long Beach, game 2. And it's the Long Beach Marines looking to get revenge on Belmore Merrick, as it was the Bulldogs that won it last year to the hands of Long Beach. Long Beach up 1-0. Can clinch the championship tonight. Pardini. I'm going to go up the far boards. Intercepted, fired on goal by Bogorowski. Bogorowski led all EI skaters on their developmental team a season ago in points, and was one of the top scorers in the division on the season. This year for EI, Bogorowski, as Sasso plays it away from trouble of Connor Krickow. Bogorowski, 8 points in 16 games played on the JV circuit. Bazil, far point. Wrist shot deflects just wide. Now here is Kevin Broderick. This game finished up on the north rink. Looked like an excellent game between Connecticut Sayville and Longwood. Backhand to the front of the net by Christian Krickow, shut down. East Islip struggling to clear the zone early on in this first period. Banked ahead for Bogorowski. Survives the check from Lucido. Sharp angle shot, almost deflected off Bazil and in the net. Crisis averted. Blashchuk, his shot goes wide. Blashchuk and Connor Krickow, teammates on the Junior Islanders travel team, as I came to learn. Playing at Northwell ahead of the Farmingdale ACHA M3 game. Here's Kearney. Going to barrel his way in. Went through Emmett Reynolds. Handled now by Friesen. Ahead for Inga. Colin Inga. Swept one through. Hoping for Blashchuk. Good stick check by Avlanitis. Ackerman. Fighting his way back to the puck. Gets it to Mayer. Mayer unable to get around Reynolds. Emmett Reynolds down the near boards. Into the zone. To Kearney. Kearney a drive. Serpico might have got a piece now. Right back out in front. Kearney unable to get a stick on it. Cleared out in front by Ackerman. That'll go all the way down ice and become an icing on Smithtown Hauppauge. East Islip getting some opportunities, playing better of late than they had been in the early goings of this first period. Face off to the right of Serpico. East Islip try to get it back to the point. Kai Kelly already went out of the zone. Here's Harrison. Harrison, a wrist shot blocker save made. Kai Kelly had a goal in that championship game a year ago, or a little under a year ago, I should say. Here's Posarina, speeding his way in. Helped out now by Dorian. Dorian just had it go over his stick. Posarina collects in behind, rolls to the far side. Posarina centers, blocked by Kai Kelly. Kelly will flip off the glass into neutral ice. Doyle settles and flips in. And the defending JV champions, ESM, not in the JV division this year. Doyle. Harrison takes and backhands to center ice. Ryan Anderson flying up the left wing boards. Anderson moving in Far circle, Anderson out in front. Posarina, backdoor, had nothing but net, but just missed. Posarina's rip now just goes wide. Doyle keeps in at the far point, down for Dorian. Dorian, a little flip to Anderson. Kersher around the horn. Kersher out in front, great puck movement by the Bulls. Posarina's shot was partially blocked. Kersher with 3:23 to go here in the first period. Back for Ryan Anderson. Anderson slowing up. Round the net. Out in front again for Posarina. He just missed the one-time chance. East Islip finally clear the zone and will change up the forward group. Kersher try to go into the zone. Now Doyle onside. Cuts middle, Doyle, backhand shot is underneath Sasso. Another great look for the Bulls and a first period full of them. And Sasso just able to hold the fort, keep that puck from crossing the red line. Keeps East Islip in striking distance. Down a pair. Blaschuk. Little dump and chase. Pardini, great positioning to shield off Blaschuk. Can't clear though. Stopped up by Reynolds. Helped along by Kearney. Good step up by Lucido. Plays it to Krikow. Krikow drags, shoots, just missed the net wide. Kearney trying to bank. Now, odd man rush opportunity. A lead for Inga. Lucido getting back. Great play. Lucido, Kearney, down low, chance just wide for Blaschuk. Connor Krikow settles back onto the puck, plays around for Inga. Inga. Backhands out in front, all the way through. Matt fries him. Buscarino checking him. Inga, in front, chance for Blaschuk, just couldn't get enough on the shot. Reynolds trying to keep, cannot. Puck back to neutral. Kyle Kearney awaits it. Minute 45 to go here in the first period. $1:40 left here in period number 1. 2-0 lead for Smithtown Hauppauge. Posarina and Connor Krikow, respectively. Face off in the offensive zone now for Smithtown Hauppauge. They win the draw. Back to Bazil. Shot deflect, save made by Sasso. Right out in front. Cleared by Bogorowski. Bazil to Ackerman, over skated. Turnover down low. Crisis averted. Covering up Serpico. Nick Serpico, 1.12 goals against average, 6 wins, 1 loss, 1 overtime loss. Has been excellent, sharing the net this season with Sean Wolgemuth. He's got a 1.67 goals against average and 9 starts for the Bulls. Serpico has only allowed 9 goals in 8 starts this year for Smithtown Hauppauge JV Red. It's been an unbelievable year. Osimo going to go through the middle of the ice. Eventually does find the puck in the near corner. Bogorowski joining the fray. 2-2 side battle. Eventually kick free to Kersher, who can wheel it up ice. Kersher with speed. Kersher to the backhand. Knocked down to the ice by Friesen. Bulls fans to my left want a call, and I think they're going to get one. Just kidding. I didn't realize the puck had been frozen. No call there. 34 seconds left in the period. Kersher a shot blocked by Harrison. Harrison trying to take advantage. Kersher quick to recover. Sends across to Doyle. Return pass to Kersher. Christian Crick out. Nice little pass. Springs ahead. Buscarino, his shot off a stick and wide. 12 seconds. Connor Krickow backhands around. Lemaire trying to get a play on it toward the front of the net. Sticked away. Now to Doyle. Doyle, a shot save made right at the buzzer by Sasso. And we come to the end of one. 2 goals early in the period for Smithtown Hauppauge give them the 2-0 lead. As Posarina scores his 17th of the year and Connor Krickow his 12th. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Second period is beginning in about a minute. I'll see you there on LISN. Welcome back to the Rinks and Hauppauge, Suffolk County High School Hockey League JV Division matchup between 2 of the top 4 teams in the division, East Islip and Smithtown Hauppauge JV Red. A little quick correction on something I mentioned earlier. Last year, I thought I heard someone tell me they were twins, Connor and Christian Krickow. They are not. They are brothers born in very close proximity to each other, about 18 months or so. Christian, the sophomore, and Connor, the freshman, on this JV team. And shot off the side of the net. Big chance early in the period for Blaschuk. Kearney trying to play it. Gets it through to Inga, just around his stick. Bulls trying to break out. Posarina. Great anticipation to intercept the pass by Matt Friesen. He tries to send it to the front of the net. Posarina got in the way of it. 40 seconds into the second period. East Islip knocking on the door. Good offensive zone time. Blaschuk wraps around for Inga. Inga catches it on the backhand behind the net. Out in front in the slot area. No shot ever came. Now Dorian the other way. Dorian cutting across the zone. Look at a center one. Good stick provided that time by Lemaire. That is Justin Lemaire. Now right back out in front. That catches the stick of Sasso. Not out of the zone just yet. Lucido for Dorian. Dorian cutting to the front of the net. Inga backhands out of the zone. Now the Krickow's older brother, Charlie, a senior, will be on the ice on the North Rink tonight for that championship game as Anderson rolls in, sticked away by Sasso. To the point for Ackerman. Ackerman, a little stutter step. Can't get any separation from Kearney. Does play it back to Anderson at the point. Anderson to Ackerman. Ackerman to Pardini. Pardini down low for Anderson. Anderson prize. Pardini goes to the net. Through the stick of Pardini to the tape of Ackerman. His shot wide. Posarina. Great shift now here for Smithtown Hauppauge. Posarina through. First shot, glove save made. Sasso, and he'll hold. Another Bulls team just littered with talent. set to make an impact. Many of these players will. In about a year or less than that from now, as the 26-27 season starts up, but they have their eyes set on JV glory in the meantime, as many of the Bulls teams that go on to win the varsity championship, part of JV championship victorious teams. Same can be said for EI. Off the backhand of Christian Krickow, here's Bazil. Bazil to Ackerman. Try to return it to Bazil, was behind him. Here's Harrison, the backhand off the side of the net. Might have got a piece, Serpico. Another chance denied by Serpico on the far post. Still loose out in front, and Serpico covers up. And he's been excellent this year for the Bulls. Makes that save on Harrison. Harrison's going to reload in behind. Off a couple of skates. There's the next chance. Hugging that post, Serpico. Still not out of the woods yet, because here's the next opportunity for Andrew Lemaire in tight. And Serpico's got the answers for it all. And then off the draw, another save by Serpico. Over 3 minutes gone in the second period. Still 2-0 in favor of the Bulls. Harrison fighting off Mayer, cutting to the front of the net. Hands back to Andrew Lemaire, loads up the shot, fires. Blocker save made by Serpico. Neil Doyle steps through the stick of Harrison, tries to bank one for Meyer, and he'll go all the way down for an icing. 11:22 left. First 4.5 minutes of the second period. East Islip still looking to get on the board. He had an offensive zone draw to try to do so. Wrist shot, Kai Kelly right through the legs of Bogorowski, on goal for a tough save made by Serpico. Bogorowski goes down. Puck comes out of the zone. East Islip trying to go right back in. Sursic will do just that. Sursic avoids the check from Doyle as Osimo threw one across the crease. No one on the other end of it for the Chiefs. Great play by Bogorowski. Takes it away. Bogorowski is in to the backhand. Save made. Serpico denies Bogorowski, and then chaos ensues. Kirscher breaks out, weaving through neutral ice into the offensive zone. Kirscher around the net. Number 2 in that Ranger blue, reminiscent of a Ranger great on the back end offensively. Posarina. Avlanitas now down the far boards. Kai Kelly backhands around. Kirscher steps to it. Posarina try to play one out in front. Now back for Kirscher. Wrist shot, blocker save made by Sasso. Kai Kelly, pinning the boards. Friesen takes control. Dorian aggressive on the back check, forces Friesen back. Matt Friesen finds the stick of Sursic. He redirected it into the zone, but was behind the red line. An icing on EI. 9:58 to go in the second. East Islip just 1 point behind St. Anthony JV Gold for third place. 1 point ahead of Longwood, who sit in fifth place. Are in action on the south rink, I believe, right now. So puck in behind. They are not, my apologies. They're in action later tonight on the south rink against Ward Melville. Ward Melville without a win this season at the JV level. That shot goes, or shot, that pass off the boards, that clearing attempt really goes all the way down for an icing against Smithtown Hauppauge. So odds are Longwood get the win tonight, and they have a an opportunity to potentially leapfrog East Islip in the standings if East Islip are unable to at least get a point against the Bulls. Down by 2. Smithtown Hauppauge trying to keep pace with tops of the JV division. St. Anthony's JV Black. Inga, they're going to repossess the puck. Lucido did a good job of trying to plug it up the far side. Steps in Justin Lemaire. Down for Blaschuk. Back for Lemaire. Lemaire, cross-ice pass. Just missed Inga. Just looking for the one-timer. Blaschuk trying to return it to Inga. It's taken by Dorian. Rolling out of the zone. Potential 3-on-2 here for the Bulls. Anderson showing off the edge work. Knocked from behind by Blaschuk. Great play to take it away by Blaschuk. And now a 3-on-2 for East Islip developing with Inga and Kearney. Blaschuk goes wide, tries to center. Good stick by Pardini. And behind through the feet of Inga. And now on to the tape of Anderson. Ryan Anderson with Pozzarina behind him. Anderson around the East Islip net. Slowing things down. Sauce to Pardini. Pardini, a wrist shot through traffic, skitters wide. And then off the ricochet, free real estate for EI. Kearney trying to get around Bazil. Bazil does a good job to break it up. Sends it up the far boards. Taken out by Blaschuk. Blaschuk trying to fight off Christian Krikow. And Will. Blaschuk banks one ahead for Harrison. Kearney trying to chip it into the zone. Bazil does a good job to prevent it. Now Dylan Pardini. Off the boards, here's Friesem. This is Brian Friesem. Into the zone, the Bull zone. Dorian flicks it around for Christian Krikow. Krikow going to work on Matt Friesem. Connor Krikow. Well, it's over halfway through this second period. Shot stopped by Sasso, and a penalty, I believe, is called. Harrison's glove is off, his open hand exposed on his way over to the bench. And Christian Krikow is going to get called for a penalty here. The first power play for either team. Belongs to East Islip. Their power play coming into the night in their last one out. 30, or on the season, 30.8%. Bulls penalty kills, 77.8%. Connor Krikow, aggressive, shorthanded on the kill. Kearney to Friesem, now Andrew Lemaire. Lemaire into the zone, now plays it back to Friesem. Plays catch at the far blue line. East Islip still trying to set up. Matt Friesem in the far corner, out in front, looking for Andrew Lemaire. It's spiked away and cleared out by the Bulls. 40 seconds into the power play for EI. Trailing Smithtown Hauppauge 2-0. Bogorowski to himself on the far boards. And now for Kearney. Kyle Kearney. Checked by Buscarino. Buscarino gets possession and sends it down ice. That's a great 50-50 battle win there from Ryan Buscarino. Matt Friesem into the zone. To centers for Kearney. Poked away. Blaschuk shot goes wide. Matt Friesem at the top of the zone. Now near circle, Kearney. Back up top for Friesem. Looking for a lane. Shot it deflects wide. Doyle, first to it, rips it around and out of the zone. 30 seconds left on the East Islip first power play of their night. And Dorian is the first on it. Backhands to Anderson. Check from behind by Luke LaRue. Blaschuk collects with 20 to go on the EI power play. Lead pass. That's too many players on the ice for EI. Slow change for the Chiefs. Costs them It ends their power play with 11 seconds left on it. 4-on-4 for that allotted amount of time, and then the Bulls will go to their first power play of the game for the bench minor for EI. So now you're East Islip. You're thinking maybe score here on the power play, cut the lead to 1. We're right back in it. That flips over now to become, well, just try to hold off the Bulls power play unit to stay within 2. Quite the change of events. Justin Lemaire rims around all the way down. Power play for the Bulls hasn't started yet, so that's an icing on EI. There's 2 seconds left on the minor penalty to Christian Krickow. That penalty, by the way, was for slashing, and I'm assuming it was against Harrison, which is why he was checking out his bare hand over on the East Islip bench. Andrew Lemaire will take the face-off, and now the Bulls' power play begins. Avlanides, Doyle, wrist shot. Getting a piece was Sasso, deflected it out of play. 5:09 left here in the second period. Minute and 33 seconds to go on the Bulls' first power play of the contest. Again, you're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Be sure to follow us on social media at LI Sports Network. I'm Ryan Brannigan, joined alongside cameraman Wally Mitchell. Avlanides. Doyle near circle. The assistant captain plays it back to Avlanides. Cross for Anderson. Ryan Anderson to Krickow, one-time shot. That was Christian. Goes wide. Off the stick of Sasso. Didn't get all that one-timer. Doyle try to go rink wide to Anderson. Stick in the lane provided by Inga and Justin Lemaire. Anderson, a little flip to Krickow as he's pressured by Inga. Christian Krickow. Wrist shot, blocked. Karams to Doyle. Neil Doyle. Pressured ferociously by Brian Friesen, escapes it. Hands over to Anderson, now Avlanides. Quickly now to Krickow. Time and the near circle. The pass backdoor blocked by Friesen. Friesen goes down to the ice. Doyle has it in behind, looking for a miss again. Knocked from his stick and sent down the length of the ice. Big clear for EI, and they'll change up 3 of the 4 penalty killers. Justin Lemaire stays out. Ryan Anderson with 12 seconds to go on the power play for Smithtown Hauppauge. Establishes the zone. Does he try the seam pass? No. Plays catch with Avlanides at the point. Try to return past Avlanides, but he was on his way toward the front of the net. Luckily for the Bulls, stays in. Doyle. Avlanides. We're back to 5 aside. Shot. And now Krickow out in front. Denied by Sasso. He got the rebound too. What a save by Sasso as he robs Krickow. And now a breakaway for Kearney. Kearney stopped by Serpico. Both goaltenders have their best saves of the night in seconds apart. Christian Krickow. That pass behind Dorian. Off the boards. EI have it. Umbers going the other way off the skates of Kearney. Can't quite get past Doyle. Had Bogorowski with him. Would have been a 2-on-1. Bulls clear the zone. Justin Lemaire. Cross corner dump. Glove down by Doyle. Home run pass for Anderson. Connects. Brian Anderson is in. He's stopped by Sasso. Things opening up here late in the second. Now Bogorowski 2-on-2. Bogorowski is shot. Partially blocked by Avlanides. Serpico covers. And we've got a couple of replays for you here. Starting with this great pass. Beautiful. Looking like prime Aaron Rodgers out there. Great save, Sasso. See if I can squeeze in another replay. Once again, it's Sasso. I will not be able to squeeze it. We're back to action. In between periods, I'll let all the replays flow. Reynolds keeps it at the far point. Osimo trying to play it to himself down the far boards. Kept in the zone by the Chiefs. Kearney with Blashchuk going to the net. Kearney took it to the backhand. Running out of time. Posarina, good pressure. Reynolds, long shot, swallowed up by Serpico. Here's that first save of the sequence. Or pardon me, this is a prior look on the breakaway. Bogorowski denied by Serpico. East Islip win the faceoff. Send it around. Weak side rim. Bulls clear, and now have numbers with Meyer. Meyer to Posarina, now Corcillone denied by Sasso. This is the replay I was looking for. As Christian Krickow is going to get the puck right here in the slot. What a save, and then the rebound, why not? There by Sasso. Keeps East Islip only down by 2. And then Christian Krickow flashing the leather off the face-off. Sasso denying Christian once again. Reynolds trying to clear out the near side can. It gets by Bazil. Inga pressuring Ackerman. Ackerman spinning away. Good pressure by Andrew Lemaire. Diving play made by Bazil. Gets it ahead to Christian Krickow. Krickow across the zone into the circle. Shot, save, rebound. Wouldn't go. Bazil holds near point. Looking for a deflection or rebound with the low shot. Christian Krickow knocks down Reynolds to the ice. Buscarino. Slap shot Bazil, blocked by Andrew Lemaire. Taken by LaRue. Trying to lead Inga. Inga trying to split the D. Bazil and Ackerman having none of it with 48 seconds left to go in the second. Ackerman behind his net to Connor Krickow. Off the skate of Sursic. Stepping up on the play, fries him. Firing in by Ackerman. Stopped in behind by Sasso. East Islip look to clear. Bazil fakes the shot. Plugs it down the wall to Buscarino. Buscarino trying to feed it out in front to an open Christian Krickow, who's blocked. Great block by Brian Friesen. Emmett Reynolds, great defense, and then avoiding the hit from Krickow, the stick got flung away from the centering pass off a skate in front. 7 seconds to go in the period. Kersher gets over to make sure Sursic doesn't have a breakaway, and we hit intermission. Smithtown Hauppauge still leading East Islip 2-0. The score after the first. No goals here in the second. A couple of power plays, a couple of great saves in that period. 2-0 after 2. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. There were your second period highlights as I welcome you back to the rinks in Hauppauge. Suffolk County High School Hockey League JV action, Smithtown, Hauppauge, East Islip. Ryan Brannigan joined alongside our cameraman Wally Mitchell. I'll be popping over after this game concludes to the North Rink to call the championship Game 3 winner-take-all between Smithtown, Hauppauge, and St. Anthony's, with Kevin Broderick. Should be a fantastic game, an absolutely electric atmosphere yet again, following the suit games 1 and 2. Blaschuk, Kearney offsides. And the goaltenders stealing the narrative in that second period, each turning in some excellent saves to either keep their respective teams in the lead or in striking distance. Not trying to make that mountain any harder to climb. Here's potential turnover. Kearney out of his reach. Off the ricochet save. Serpico rebound off the side of the net. What an opportunity down low for East Islip. And Nick Serpico has had the answers tonight. Colin Inga on the forecheck against Neil Doyle. Blaschuk looking for a loose puck. Inga in front, wide open. Kearney settles, shoots, scores! It went off a defenseman and in. East Islip cut the Bulls' lead in half. It's 2-1 on a wild one. So eventually it becomes a 2-on-1 down low. And Kearney never really had control of the puck. And by the time he puts it in, Serpico way out aggressive to try to essentially act as a goaltender and a defender. It goes off the defender's skating in. And we've got ourselves a ball game, 2-1. Well, it's a puck game technically, but you get the gist. We've got a good one. Oh, nail biter as it currently stands. Connor Krickow trying to get it right back. Blast scores! A water bottle popper for Christian Krickow. 3-1 Bulls. What comeback? Not so fast. If you can see it, look at the water bottle. It's Connor. Sets up older brother Christian right on a tee. Smokes the thing. And just as you thought, maybe I get back into this game, only down a goal. They're down by 2 once more. 3-1 Bulls. Krickow from, they've got it listed as Lucido. It wasn't Lucido, that was Connor. Connor Krickow. See if they edit it. It's not up for debate is Christian Krickow's 20th of the season. Scored in emphatic fashion. Puts the Bulls ahead by 2 once more. Looking to go up by 3. Buscarino. East Islip can't clear the zone. Held in by Pardini. Friesen clears the zone, that of the Bryan variety. Trying to go ahead of Krickow. Knocked down by Lemaire to LaRue. Trying to return it to Andrew Lemaire. Connor Krickow. Off the glass, into the zone. Justin Lemaire there to backhand it toward the near side. Andrew Lemaire fires around. Cut off by Christian Krickow. Sweeps it right back in deep for Smithtown Hauppauge. Christian to Connor. Connor to the front. Pardini, wrist shot blocked. And now Harrison, if he speeds quick enough, he might have a break. Lucido quickly hustling back to even up the score. And a long wrist shot glove by Serpico. What a defensive hustling play by Alex Lucido. You're going to see it here on the replay. So I was a former defenseman. You want to highlight the defenseman. And that is great ground made up. Great angle taken by Lucido. Forces a relatively easy save there for Serpico. It's the little things, folks. The little things that make all the big difference. Ackerman. Off the stick of Meyer, down ice will be an icing on Smithtown Hauppauge. Christian Krickow now with 29 points on the season. I believe matches Ryan Anderson, who had a point earlier this game. The two of them co-lead the Bulls JV red team in points this season. Held in the zone, Inga fighting for it. Inga, no angle to Kearney. Kearney crunched to the boards by Ackerman, plays it across ice. Reynolds steps to it. Now Blaschuk on the backhand, swept it on goal. Save made Serpico. Ackerman takes over. Good play by Inga to steal it. Inga trying to feed it to Kearney, knocked away by Bazil. He fires it down ice, but he prevented that feed to the front of the net, which was more important. He'll go for a change now with the Bulls, number 27, Justin Bazil. Not known for his offensive output. Bazil just 4 assists this year, no goals, in his 10th appearance for Smithtown Hauppauge JV Red. Face off to the right of Serpico. Trying to clear out the far side. Reynolds did all he can to keep it in. Eventually could not. Meyer. Shot. Right pad save made. Sasso rebound. Avlanides takes it around the near side. Behind the net. Cuts middle. Avlanides a little set up backdoor diving effort by Reynolds. Prevented it to get to Corcio, and what a play. And you're absolutely right. I highlighted that. We'll show you that replay of Emmett Reynolds laying it all on the line, diving out to prevent a goal, or at least a grade A opportunity for Corcione, Jacob Corcione. Avlanides. Meyer rips around. Doyle steps to it. Battle in the near boards. East Islip trying to clear, they do. They get it by the stick of Neil Doyle. Kirscher hovers over. Kirscher flips it up the boards to Avlanides. Avlanides patient with the puck. Stick handling through neutral ice. Will flip it on goal. It's gloved by Sasso, and plenty of time to play it, he will. Bulls going for a change. East Islip looking to break out of the zone as we approach 5 minutes gone by in the third period. It's the Bulls leading 3-1. They won it 5-2 against East Islip earlier this year. Buscarino, wrist shot, stick save made by Sasso. This battle between team tied for first place and the fourth placed East Islip Chiefs. Friesen banking to himself. Brian Friesen to Osimo. Osimo stood up by Doyle. Gets the Bulls bench going. Kirscher rolls in near side, cuts wide. Kirscher feeds, trying to get it to Connor Krickow. His shot blocked by Bogorowski. Krickow. Connor to Christian in behind. Christian trying to go back in front to Connor. Save made, Sasso. Well, that's so Sasso. Look at this save. Great save made by the East Islip netminder. Once again, doing his job to keep the Chiefs within 2. As we approach 6 minutes gone by in the third period. Each team with a goal here in the last period of regulation time. Andrew Lemaire, 2-on-2, now 3-on-2 with Friesen joining the rush. Shot from LaRue, blocked by Krickow. Lucido plays it around. Pardini steps to it. Friesen looking to intercept. Chance down low. They jack, they hack, they whack away at it. It's underneath the glove of Serpico. Another big opportunity for EI. It's been a tough time to beat the Bulls' netminder clean, so why not try to get as greasy and dirty as possible? Just smash the puck through the goaltender. Serpico had other ideas. Another power play here for East Islip out of that last sequence. It'll be their second power play opportunity of the game. They're 0 for 1. LaRue. Wrist shot blocked in front. Rebound available. Kicks right back to LaRue. Luke LaRue to Friesen. Matt Friesen to Kearney. Kearney to the slot, and a shot by Blaschuk never got through to Serpico. Great pass out of the zone for Ryan Anderson. And shorthanded, Anderson doesn't like what he sees, will retreat back to the Bull zone, killing precious time off the clock. 30 seconds gone on this East Islip power play. Great effort by Kearney to keep it in the zone, but nothing comes of it as Dorian got the puck and cleared. Dorian lost an edge. No stick there, no trip. Just fell down. It happens. They're on ice after all. Lucido off the skates of Kearney. Blaschuk settles near point. Got it down low to Kearney. Kearney across. They score! Friesen! Matt Friesen! And that's a Chiefs power play goal. It's 3-2. Great work at the point, as Blaschuk won't get an assist on the goal, but he was instrumental in stick handling it in tight to the body, in tight to the blue line. Didn't let the puck get out. And a huge power play goal for East Islip. Pull them within one again for the second time in this third period. Blaschuk a quick shot off the face-off win. Got blocked. Combination of Doyle and Kirscher. Plug to the front of the net. That shot also blocked. Another chance. Left pad save made Serpico. Rebound Kearney. EI are buzzing. Inga try to feed the front of the net. Blocked by Dorian. And now Pozarina trying to get out of the zone. In the feet of Kearney, or rather Kai Kelly. Doyle, the Pozarina. Good pass to free Dorian up ice. Dorian, backdoor wide. Had Kirscher on a beeline to the back post. Just redirected the puck wide. Now it's Kirscher coming back. Takes down Blaschuk. Delayed penalty will be against the Bulls. Kirscher. Kearney on the delayed call, establishing the zone. Try to get it back to Kai Kelly. Comes out of the zone. EI must touch up and have the extra attacker already on the ice. Andrew Lemaire, believe he is the extra attacker. Sauced it to Kai Kelly. 6:18 and counting left here, third period. Bulls holding on to a one-goal lead. Inga into the zone, and they're going to say Doyle possessed it. Blow the whistle. East Islip back to the power play. Fresh off a PPG from Matthew Friesen. Kyle Kearney and Blaschuk the assist. Friesen his third goal of the year. Arguably none bigger than that one. And an East Islip power play that just cashed in will get another opportunity, and they will rest up that top unit by calling a timeout, a smart choice. Calling the timeout, initiated by the coaching staff made up of Sean Kendrick, Brian Slattery, Dominic Margot, and Vincent Risotto. So timeout EI before their power play set to begin. And let's give you a little recap of just how we got here. In this third period, it's 3-1. Or I missed a couple. Let's backtrack. Let's backtrack. It's 2-0 going into the third when East Islip finally break through as Kyle Kearney, initially mishandled, has the poise to still steer a shot toward the front of the net, gets a fortunate bounce off the defender. It's 2-1. Seconds later. Watch this play. It's the turnover created by Connor Krickow. Put it on a tee for Christian. Zam in the back of the net. That made it 3-1 Bulls. Not so fast. East Islip would try to respond. They get chances here. Just a couple saves from Sasso, but ultimately takes until this point here on the power play. Little over a minute ago to pull back to within one, and they will be on the power play yet again. Chance to tie. Friesem to LaRue off the face-off win, all important. LaRue shot, row, save made, rebound over the net. Big chance in front for Blaschuk, and now Kearney with it. Kearney spinning away, shoots off a stick in front, deflecting to the near corner. Great chances in the first 20 seconds of this power play for EI. That just cashed in. Lemaire slows. LaRue back to Lemaire. Lemaire slap shot, blocked in front. Ackerman laying the body. Kearney to the point. Friesem. LaRue. Lets Buscarino go by him. LaRue now with space. Shoots through a screen. Save made. Serpico. .45 seconds into the power play. East Islip with some excellent chances to tie up this game. Power play, by the way, comes by virtue of the hooking penalty taken by Logan Kirscher. One of the better Bulls defenders in the box is also a key loss. Doyle sends it down the length. Off the face-off win by Smithtown Hauppauge's Ryan Anderson. LaRue. That missed the stick of Andrew Lemaire. Banks into the zone. Lucido sends it right back out. Blaschuk catches it at his blue line. And neutral ice. Plays it to Kearney. East Islip onside. Lemaire to Friesem. Friesem diving to hold it in the zone. Now the puck comes free. Ryan Anderson has a chance here, short-handed. And a great back-checking play made by LaRue to break it up. But just 30 seconds left on the EI power play that looked so promising not that long ago. Have not gotten set up since. Anderson flips it down ice. Gloved by Inga from the bench. Here comes Colin Inga. Inga, backhand shot blocked by Doyle. Blaschuk trying to follow up. Great steal by Doyle. Doyle trying to free Anderson down ice. Just 10 seconds left on the EI power play. Bogorowski crunching Anderson into the far corner boards. Kearney comes away with the puck, skates out with speed. Kyle Kearney, as the penalty expires, into the zone, offsides. With 4:05 left in the third period. Bulls hanging on to that one-goal lead. Goal and an assist tonight for Kyle Kearney. On the year, Kearney now has 12 goals and 12 assists for 24 points. Third most points on the Chiefs behind Blaschuk and Inga. Krickow, Christian to Posarina in his feet. Had a tough time with it. Quick passing. Here's Andrew Lemaire trying to lead Harrison out of the zone. Broken up by Bazil. And now Ackerman, who's playing defense throughout this game now as a forward. Connor Krickow is back on defense. He had also been playing forward. Bazil, Harrison trying to go by him. Ackerman gets back to it. Ackerman collides with Harrison. Puck free in the far corner for Luke LaRue. And Bazil the battle. Harrison off the wall. Shoot, save made. Serpico aggressive at the tip of his crease. Glove down by Friesem to the front of the net for Andrew Lemaire. And Kai Kelly kept it in, but followed up by Christian Krickow with speed out of the zone. Drags And a nice defensive play by Kai Kelly. Takes a hit from Connor Krickow. 2-on-2 the other way, Harrison Lemaire. Lemaire, a wrist shot, glove save made by Serpico. He holds with just a hair under 3 minutes to go in the third period. Smithtown Hauppauge, JV Red 3, East Islip 2. Listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Got a check-in on the North Rink, KPC and Connecticut Sayville JV. The Knights have a 1-0 lead. Looks like third period just getting underway on the north side. Fries on a wrist shot. Glove save made Serpico. Again, all of this culminating in the final matchup on the North Rink, the winner-take-all championship Game 3 between Smithtown Hauppauge and St. Anthony's. The trilogy, how will it end? Anderson flips in. In behind, Bruce Carino, some great forechecking work. Bogorowski trying to clear it out the far boards. Could not. Buscarino takes back. Buscarino, now Dorian. Dorian a little flip. Anderson was behind the defense, couldn't get it to him. Now Ryan Anderson has it here. Knocked to the ice. Neil Doyle flips it down behind the goal line. Went off the stick of Dorian, now flipped out of the zone, and now potential numbers here for EI. Osimo with Bruzzo going to the net. As we approach 2 minutes remaining in this third period. Great clearing. Lead pass, Anderson, McCurser going to the net. Anderson slows, Anderson shoots! Fought off by Sasso. Another highlight reel save in a game full of them. Kersher speeding back to the loose puck. Bruzzo and Osimo will go to the bench. I assume East Islip's top guns will be right back out for this final minute 37 and counting. Blashchuk smushed to the boards by Dorian. Pardon me, that was Anderson. Here is Colin Enga. Doyle, Kersher, and Christian Krickow all back. Enga's shot partially blocked, handled by Kersher. Great play by Blashchuk to keep it alive in the offensive zone. Sasso is in the circles between the dots. Will retreat back to his net, but this could be an icing on Smithtown Hauppauge. It will not be. The puck slowing down before the goal line. Minute 5 left. Blashchuk had to go off his stick. Here's Pozarina to Avlanitis trying to get by Kearney. Stretch pass from Kai Kelly, open for Blashchuk, blocked. Kearney on the follow-up, give and go with Blashchuk, back to Kearney. Kearney in with speed. Kearney knocked down by Doyle, puck still loose. Where is it? It's underneath Serpico. With 43 seconds left, East Islip will pull their netminder. Do or die time for the Chiefs of East Islip. The 6 they decide to put out on the ice. Andrew Lemaire, Colin Enga, Chris Blashchuk, Luke LaRue, Matt Friesem. As here we go, instant clear for Smithtown Hauppauge, but it will be an icing. They get several seconds off the clock. 36 now remain in the game. Christian Krickow will take the all-important face-off from Blashchuk. It's won by Blashchuk to his winger LaRue. LaRue trying to get it back to the point. Connor Krickow floats over into the area. Pardini trying to flip it up the far side. Held in at the point by Friesem. Friesem again holds in, but East Islip unable to set up, and now Connor Krickow to the empty net, blocked by Lemaire. Just 17 seconds left though. East Islip running out of time. No icing here. Friesem deflects it around Christian Krickow, trying to get it to the front of the net. Just 6 seconds left. It's in the neutral zone. 4 seconds and 3. Do East Islip have a final gasp? They're offsides, and the Bulls are going to win it. Hold on, 3-2. 0.7 seconds left on the clock. This is just a formality at this point. Smithtown Hauppauge will get the win. Improve to 6 15 wins on the season. 1 loss, 1 overtime loss. 33 points, first place. Ahead of St. Anthony JV Black for the time being. East Islip, they are now in jeopardy of falling to 5th place, as they could be leapfrogged by Longwood or KPC. They actually not KPC, but Longwood, yes, they're on the ice next on the South Rink against winless Ward Melville. As one of the most competitive JV divisions since I've been at LI Sports Network rolls its season closer and closer to a close. That will do it for our coverage in this one. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Tyler Bruce Evans shouts out Wally. Gotta shout out Wally. Of course, Tyler Bruce Evans. And shout out Eric Miklich. Feel better, Eric. Eric, of course, the goaltending coach for East Islip, not out there on the coaching staff tonight. That will do it. Once again, though, Ryan Brownigan, Wally Mitchell, till next time, have a good one. And that will be, I hope, for the championship game on the North Rink. St. A's against Smithtown Hauppauge. I'll be there, and I hope to see you as well on LI Sports Network.